Hey, yo, you know this kid? I said, I didn't, but I know he did. So get ready, cause this ain't funny. My name's Wayne McD and I'm about to make money. You guys ready to go? Pulled out the euro and aimed it at the sky. Yeah. All right, let's get on with it. Let's go. Yeah, focus is, hey man, your biddy hit 4K or 9K, y'all. Let me remind you that trading's risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term. Never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Ni hao ma. My name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Thank you very much for being a client, and thank you for being in my life every day. I appreciate you. You make me want to be a better trader. Right? What do you think? You make me want to be a better trader. It's true. Keep me sharp, keep me focused, and I appreciate you for that and all the hard work you put into this. So anyways, hey, the sponsor of today's event is TradersWay.com. Please visit TradersWay.com, open an account, download MT4, play some trades. You'll see the execution speed is fast. You'll see the spreads are narrow, and you'll see the swaps are huge. You may even find world-class customer service. TradersWay.com. Thank you very much for being a client if you are part of the family. Anything else? Let's get on with it. Let's start with crypto then, since it was brought up by Focus. All right, so let's take a look. What are the assumptions? Well, I've drawn this before, so let's do it again. I got to get my drawing tool. Move this over, move that over, move this over. All right, get my drawing tool here. And we had this drawn out. It was something like this. You guys remember? Step ups. Okay, it's simple price action. Very cool, right? That's all it is, price action. And that's part of trend trading. Yeah, that's all it is. Okay, that's all it is. Now, that being said, it's very elevated on a monthly basis, but as far as a weekly swing, this is this week's projected low, and this is this week's projected profit target. Okay, and I'll show you how straightforward this is by switching the template to weekly bullish swing trading, bullish weekly bias. Okay, and this is the buy zone. And this is the target. Look how nice that is, guys. And we knew this during this whole period here. We knew, or let's say we didn't know, the plan for bulls is simply this. What do you think, guys? We knew this on Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday of last week. Pretty nice, right? It's called swing trading. Yeah, looks all right. So Focus, if you haven't already, feel free to join our swing trading group, swing.fxbootcamp.com, and you get that taken care of. Look at the accuracy here. Isn't that funny? What does it say? Let me show you on the 4 hour. It says bullish. I have to zoom in now. And then I can't see again. Bullish profit zone aggressive. Nice. So what we know now, it's only Tuesday, but it's suggesting that by next week, if you're a bull, you're going to look for something like that. Okay? Now what I drew for you yesterday, let's do this again. I said, there's a step, and remember we were still down here. I said this will probably be a step here. So you get your breakout, pull back, and gone. That's what a trend is. All right, so there's your Bitcoin, and we had something similar for gold, but let's do this in a different way. Where would you say resistance is? I would look at this. I drag that across. Okay. And then on the low side, we got to go here. And I've been saying this is generally bullish, but since the beginning of the year, this is essentially just moved sideways, right? See what I mean? Where you lose the aggressiveness up in here. Cool. This is a counter trend trade off of a double top. Okay. And that gets us back to here at 1564, which is the middle of the range and not very helpful at all. Oh, right on, Max. Good job. All right. Crude. So we finally got to the bottom, the ultimate bottom of the range. And like I said yesterday, you cannot sell anymore, but you might be a bull this way. Okay. It really comes down to your bias. And we talked extensively about setting the bias yesterday, so I'm not going to do it again today. Oops. Kiwi Swissy made a whole bunch of pips and just gave them all the way back in the last few hours. But nonetheless, here's the plan, right? M3. And then down in here, this got to the bottom. What I'm hoping, though, is because we've breached, that we get a continue mission. Okay? As you know, my entries are here. I'm short there, and I am short there. Okay? Unfortunately, the volatility today worked out really nice for me and then has just since recently flipped all the way back around. So this is really good because here's the down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, sell, down, 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 and, well, shoot. Okay, shoot. What can I say? So it was funny because the last time I looked at it, I was down here and I'm like, yeah, I'm the greatest trader in the world. And then I logged back in for the webinar and I'm like, oh, shoot. Well, Welcome to Forex, right? Well, mood trades are specifically for day trades, right? That's an intraday. That's an intraday issue. So a mood trade started with day trading, and specifically intraday trading or session trading. So I would trade London as a separate entity from New York, okay? And Asia was separate, so I did Asia on its own. So this is intraday trading. So I'd trade Asia, I'd trade London, I'd trade New York. They are all different, right? And they all added up to a day. But New York, sometimes what happened, not always, but you'd get to the the pivot profit zone, and then it would breach because of something bigger on a weekly or monthly basis. And in that scenario, I said, just keep selling. Just keep selling. Just that's it. Something fundamental, something bigger than a day trade has occurred. Go with it. Don't go against it. Okay? But that's not necessarily true on a weekly or monthly basis because they are already the higher time frames. Capiche? Here's Beast. What did we do yesterday? I was showing you, again, day trading, right? Down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 down. Uh-oh! Back to the here, and here's the new sell zone, and we're in tomorrow's sell zone now, if you believe it's going to extend down. But remember, the indicator doesn't tell you that. You have to have an opinion. I've already drawn this for you, and you might interpret this as, right, down, 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 up, sell, down, 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 up, sell, down, 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 up, sell, down, 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 out. And that's pretty reasonable to me. Okay. Now, how about the gap? Focus, okay, says, how about the gap? Well, I teach people how to trade gaps. I forget which training course it is. But here's what happens. Here's your gap. There's the low of that. Here's the high of that. Okay. Now, the way you trade a gap is you assume the gap is going to fill because nature abhors a vacuum, and then you will continue mission. So down, 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 down. All right. Well, where's the close of the gap? Right here. So then the market comes back up, closes the gap, continues mission, we're gone. Easy, gap, fill. Okay? Now, lots of people try to gap fill as a trading strategy, but I would rather just you learn how to swing trade and have like a legitimate skill and not a dog and pony trick. I find gap filling is most important when you're in a trend trade and you get a gap and it's either for you or against you, okay? And it gives you the strength to get through it. Okay? The strength and the courage to stay the course or to not freak out. So I've been in a situation, it didn't look like this, but imagine for some reason I bought here. Okay? And that was my plan. I wouldn't in this situation, but let's say I did. Then it gapped down, and let's say now I'm losing 100 pips. And my first instinct is to freak out. Okay? Focus, you're going through other people's training, and I don't know what the hell other people know. Okay? All I can tell you is I've been doing this for well over 15 years. I've traded gaps, observed gaps, been in gaps, gaps for me, gaps against me, gaps, gaps, gaps. No one has ever taught me how to trade a gap. So I'm only telling you what I do. Okay? And in my opinion, I'm right. But anyways, so what I'm saying is I've been in a situation where I'm at least minus 100, right? Yeah, right on focus. And gap filling gave me, because I knew how, gave me the strength to just trade it technically on a smaller time frame and ride it up, ride it up, ride it up, ride it up to close the gap as much as possible. And maybe I only lose 25 instead of 100. And that to me has been much more valuable over the course of my trading career than making money on a gap. Making money on a gap as a strategy is just really small-minded. It's like scalping your way into your yellow Lamborghini, right? You're just like, dude, seriously, just learn how to trade, right? So in this case, knowing price action, which is all it is, right, will either give you the courage to stay short because you know, or you think your plan is, once it gets back to resistance, because it used to be support, now that in the future as it rises, you say, yeah, I'm giving back some pips, but I'm a real believer in this downward move, and I know once we get back to resistance, it's going to fall again. And then I'll set up the next trade, and then I'll set up the next trade, and then I'll set up the next trade, and then I'll set up the next trade. And you just kind of stay with it instead of panic, okay? So you could be a bull here losing money and not panic, or a bear here giving back profit, but again, not panicking, okay? And I would, instead of the sort of how to trade a gap trick, I would just call this as a, you know, sort of a form of understanding price action. But I'm sure if you Googled, not Googled, if you YouTubed, you know, how to trade a cap, Wayne McDonald, somewhere in the 15 years, I've put a couple of videos together on that. Okay. Just remember role reversals. What was once support will become resistance. Okay. That's all price action is. Down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 down. As soon as you get a new lower low, you drag this over. There's your new future sell zone. Up, up, and somewhere near here, you're going to look to sell with the idea of down, 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 down. Okay? That's all that happened here. Here, 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 and in the future, down, 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 up, up, roll reversal, sell, down, 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 down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Next. Okay. Kitty cat yen. I'm break even on this one. Unfortunately, I was profitable for 12 hours, and now I'm break even. WWWD, what did Wayne do? Let's try to figure this out together. Ba 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 ba. Okay, and so we're here now, but when I traded, we were here, and so you can see I was selling off of today's pivot area. So this is right. So we were in here, I guess. So you can see we had a down, 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 up, up, and I sold yesterday on today's sell zone. Okay. And so we were down here. I was short at 80 to 65, I guess it is. And it had dropped to 82.40. So I was only up 25 pips. So it's pennies, man. It's tiny. It's crumbs. Okay. But you see what I was trying to do? Yesterday, selling today's zone. And now, today, I'm looking at tomorrow. I'm not looking at today. So under this new version of the indicator, it says I should be looking at 82.58 to 82.70. Okay? That's where we are now. So it's saying I could, right? I could get short right about there. Well, I'm already short right about there, so it ends up being tomorrow's trade. Okay? What do you stink? Smell like a plan? It's just wimped out, that's all. It's not a good trade. It's just another trade. Good. Do some more yen pairs. So we did that one. Euro yen. This one's been nice, huh? Same thing. Down, 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 up, up, sell. I mean, look at riding the 21. So the basis of my book is wait for a 21.55 cross and then sell the moving averages, right? So this is what I was doing 15 years ago. Still like doing it. Down, 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 up, up, sell, down, 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 up, sell. And you can see that's what I did yesterday. I actually sold there because it was yet another sell. And what we're looking for tomorrow is selling right around the 120 area, which we're at right this second, and looking for a down, down, down. Now notice though, you have the magnitude of the moves has consolidated dramatically, where now we haven't done anything in like a week compared to what we've been doing. So the rate of change has slowed down. That's risk for me. The way I kind of want to look at it is trade it like a range, but we're still below the 21 and 55. Okay. So I don't necessarily like what's going on, but there's no technical reason to change either. Okay. Any questions on that? If you really want to go old school, Wayne, 21.55 cross, 5-8 cross down, sell, 5-8 cross up, take profit, 5-8 cross down, sell, 5-8 profit, 5-8 cross up, take profit, 5-8 cross down, sell, 5-8 cross, take profit, 5-8 cross sell, 5-8 cross up, take profit, 5-8 cross sell, 5-8 cross up, take profit, 5-8 cross sell, 5-8 cross up, take profit, 5-8 cross down, so on and so forth. Okay? This is what I wrote in my book like 13 years ago, which means I've been doing it longer than 13 years. You're welcome. Do I trade ruble? Not on Trader's Way, but I have no problems doing it. By the way, thank you for Michael and Lady Hughes. Wait, it's not doing it. And Elvis. Oh, it's just slow. And Elvis for becoming subscribers yesterday. Wow, is that slow? I'm clicking this thing. It's supposed to repeat the alert. There, Lady Hughes. Oh, wow, that's because I clicked it 3 times. We're going to get a lot of Lady Hughes clicks. Anyways, I didn't realize it was that slow. But thank you for subscribing and being part of the community, guys. Kiwi, we've kind of done. And Aussie. Yeah, there's Lady Hughes again. Sorry, Lady Hughes. I get what, Roy? Oh, the new indicator is not released yet? And there's Elvis. Thank you, Elvis. I prefer VAR. Okay? Look, the difference between VAR and ECN. Okay? Pretty simple. Oops, ECN. ECNs, they don't pay spreads. So that's awesome, right? ECN equals no spread. No or very, very small spread. That's good, right? That makes no difference in my humble opinion. Because instead of the spread, you pay a commission. So let's from an economics point of view, if you pay $3 on a trade using a VAR, or you pay $3 on a trade using an ECN, I'm indifferent. Okay? Like, honestly, I don't care. But there are reasons for both. Okay? So with an ECN, instead of paying a spread, you're going to pay a small fee. A VAR is actually more related to, what do they call it? Is it fixed? Anyways, there's a fixed means something else as well, but there's a fixed, I guess I'll write it this way, fixed spread. A variable spread means most of the time during normal market conditions, the spread will be low. So let's say it averages, I'll put a number there, 1.8 pips. But during market conditions that are abnormal, that spread could widen to 4.8, let's say. Okay? Things like non-farm payrolls, high volatility, rollover, all that kind of stuff is going to give you that. It's not the broker, it's the market. But let's say you like to scalp the news and you need to know, is the spread 6 pips or 2 pips? You kind of need to know because the difference might be 30% of your profit if that's how you live. So in that case, you might want to lock this in. Let's say it's always 3, but no higher than 3. That's a lot more than 1.8, but it could never be more than 3. It can never be 6. So this could be like, let's say your VAR, let's rewrite it this way. Your VAR could be sometimes as low as 1.2, but sometimes as high as 6, but almost always 1.8, where this is just always 3, or whatever the number is. And this comes down to your type of trading. Okay? ECN, I guess, is closer to the fixed because I don't trade on an ECN, but I'm pretty sure it's the same fee no matter what. I might be wrong on that, and if so, I apologize. Okay? I'm a trader, I'm not a broker. So I believe you just pay the fee, which is the same as the fixed. You just always pay the fee. And the variable is they're working always to get you the lowest spread they possibly can. Okay? And I've seen it where at times with the variable spread, the spread is almost 0. It's amazing. You're like, oh my God, because there's so many buyers and sellers, but at that same time, there's very low volatility for whatever reason. Doesn't happen often, but it happens, where you're looking at it like, dude, I just picked this up at a 0.2 spread. 0.2, okay? You got to remember when I started trading like pound yen for, no, let's say pound dollar. What was that? I think this was like 7. And pound yen was 14 pips. And the euro was 3. Euro dollar. Okay. So it mattered a lot then. Now I don't really care. Then the other difference is hard dollars and soft dollars. And that has more to do with money management and stuff like that. Yeah, so Daniel, imagine paying 7 pips on a pound trade plus at least, I can't remember what it was, but it was at least $150 per month for charts. At least. So Fluke says the main reason he asks, so this is good, other brokers use their VAR basically as a counterparty. So let's talk about when the Swiss National Bank lied to the entire world and FXCM USA and Alpari, for example, we'll use them, Alpari Global, okay? Now, were those reasonably big institutions in the world of Forex? I wanted to confirm that this is a good example. FXCM at the time said they were non-dealing desk. And I'm pretty sure they were the largest Forex broker in the world at that point. Okay? So the Swiss National Bank lied about their peg on the Euro Swiss franc. On Monday, they said it was the central part of their strategy and it wasn't going to change. Less than 48 hours later, they changed their entire policy. They absolutely, totally lied. FXCM suddenly owed $500 million. Drew Niv walked to work. He went to bed, the largest Forex broker in the world, woke up the next morning, and the company was broke because of the Swiss National Bank. So, did they, in your opinion, enter the trades into the interbanking system through their non-dealing desk? Fluke? Right. They were the counterparty, right? The non-dealing desk obviously was holding those trades. They were all B-book trades kind of thing. Okay? And what happened to FXCM USA? They basically shut down. All their client money was sent to another client. They sold Daily FX to IG. And all of that because of what you were saying with the VAR. Now, at the same time, Traders Way went through the same problem, right? Traders Way. And there was no effect to the broker. Why? FXCM was probably 100 times, maybe 1,000 times bigger than Traders Way. Traders Way are like, no, there's no problem here. Yeah, pure mathematics, because it's like Traders Way was honest. But like, I'm not saying there was honesty or dishonesty. I'm saying there was a difference. And there was a way that they managed their client money. Traders Way must have entered the money into the interbanking system. Right? Does that make sense, Fluke? So it seems to me that when you place a trade, Traders Way just puts it directly into the interbanking system like they promise they do, like they say they do. And if something was afoul with that, they would have blown up 1,000 times over during that Swiss National Bank debacle. Okay? Is that helpful, Fluke? Ron says Traders Way is more like a credit union versus a big bank. No, well, no. They truly are a broker. And what they do is they pay for the infrastructure called a platform, right? And then they pay for liquidity. And what that means is they have all these liquidity providers that enter trades into the interbanking system by matching them with counterparties. Okay? See what I mean? So you come in, you're like, hey, Trader's Way, buy Euro USD. So they say, okay, throw them into the liquidity pool and match. So if you're a buyer, somewhere over here is a seller found inside the liquidity pool, and the platform connects you to, and a deal is brokered. But that's what they claim to do. So when a broker says, we have a non-dealing desk, then how did they get into trouble? How did FXCM get into trouble if they had a non-dealing desk? If they weren't trading against the clients, then how did they get into trouble? I mean, so maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like they must have been not entering those, right? So anyways, Fluke, yeah, so that's all VAR is the different in risk management. Do you want the lower spread most of the time, but once in a while pay a higher spread? Or do you feel more comfortable getting the fixed spread, 3 every time? That's all. And if I was scalper or doing high volatility stuff, the fixed would be most appropriate for that. Otherwise, I've always used variable. Always. Okay? I don't like paying commissions, so I don't like ECN. So I just like VAR. I mean, I'm just old school. I'm just a VAR guy. And yeah. Cool. Oh, my pleasure. Oh, is that right? Grind says a couple of years ago there was a problem with one of their liquidity providers that caused a crazy spike. But Trader's Way fixed it immediately, no issues. Cool. Well, there you go. All right. Swissy. Yeah, Mr. Highfold, that has more to do with compliance than anything. So like Ron says, yeah, that's happening with a lot of brokers. It's compliance, dude. Do anything with money internationally. Holy crapola. Holy crapola is global financial compliance a difficult task now in every country. It's really quite amazing how much it's changed. All right, so what do we want to do? Not a lot left on the, there's not a lot of meat on the bone. A lot of these trades have just blown the doors off. And again, we've talked about this having to do with fundamental changes, right? So you don't really want to bet against a fundamental change. I don't know if you guys are still having problems. Like I preach absolutely every single day that you need to have a bias. But I don't know if you have problems waiting for a setup. So like if you're a bear, there's only one thing you can do here. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to sell there. But I don't know if the meantime you're buying and selling and doing all this crap in between. Or if you just like, or maybe you're just super cool about it and you're like, yeah, somewhere around here I'm going to sell it. So you put in a sell order and you're done. You walk away. Like, I don't know what strategy you have for that. Well, Highlander, that would have had to do with the news over the weekend, right? About the virus going global and stuff like that. Or bad print, depending on how it happened. Yeah. So I had first day of classes last night. Holy smokes. So in one of my classes, I'm having a passionate conversation with a woman that's what was her title? I guess she is a civil rights attorney out of Chicago. Like I love hanging with like super educated, super intelligent, super confident people. Like holy crap. Just it's wonderful. And then this other woman, she's sitting on a board and she had an issue with the board and how to update the board, change the board. Just very interesting conversations. I'm like, you know what, you should just replace the chair of the board and bring in an outside person. Just very interesting. But they have given me so much work. It's the first day of class. I have 2 papers due by Monday. 2 papers. I have 2 surveys. I have 2 profiles due. And I think a mini quiz. And I have to read a case. I have to read 2 chapters in each class. So 4 chapters, couple of cases, 2 papers, 2 profiles, 2 quizzes. Oh my God, first day. So anyways, didn't I graduate? No. Well, I got this one. Okay, so right? So I got this one. I'm getting another one. I just completed the finance portion of my master's degree. So now technically I have a graduate degree. No, sorry, a graduate certificate in finance, which is part of my finance concentration in management. So Harvard is the best strategic management university in the world, and I'm getting a management degree. What is the class? I'm taking 2 classes. One is on negotiation, and the other one is on diversity and inclusion. So I'm discussing diversity and inclusion with a civil rights attorney, right? From Chicago. Tough as nails, smart as can be. You can just tell, unbelievably confident. Just like, oh yeah, let's talk about it. Boom, right in it, right? So it's just kind of cool. You know, like it's funny because the students have PhDs in these classes, right? So you know when the students have PhDs, So, for example, there are 3 teaching assistants for the class. One of them has a PhD in psychology and a master's degree in Harvard engineering, right? The other one has a PhD from Harvard Divinity School and a background in organizational behavior. I think she's doing like a double PhD, stuff like that. And those are the assistants. You're just like, the assistants. And I'm like, hey, can't laugh at these teaching assistants, right? So anyways, it's pretty funny. I've seen professors at other universities leave the university, go to Harvard to be a teaching assistant. Just pretty amazing. But yeah, Max says all you need is the art of the deal. Most people have never read it. I've asked maybe 50 people, especially people that hate Trump. They hate Trump, like passionately hate Trump. And I'm like, have you read his book? He goes quiet. The Art of the Deal. It's actually a pretty good book. You should read it. You'll really get an insight on like who he is and how he thinks. And then not interested. I've never had a Trump hater say, you know what, yeah, that would be interesting. I should read his book and really get to know the man. Never once heard that. They just go straight back into hating Trump. Well, of course, it's a bit braggy, Alex, right? He's an alpha male, right? I mean, I'm an alpha male, and everyone thinks I'm an arrogant asshole. I learned to be confident is the way I look at it. But I like how the first half of the book is just him going through his schedule day after day. At this time, somebody called me. Then this other thing, this called me. Then I went to this meeting, and this is what we did. So really, his assistants wrote most of the book. And then right? It's just literally him going through his calendar day after day after day for years. But then it gets into like Eastern Airlines, and he tried to create a football league, and I got lost. I didn't care anymore about that. But it was really interesting to hear his thoughts as being a young man walking down the streets of New York City, dreaming, and stuff like that. Right? Oh, Javier. Javier. Well, thank you, Javier. Yeah. No. So anyways, so we had a CAD question. Okay, let's do CAD dollar, CAD USD. So let me just pull up all the USD pairs maybe. Just making sure I'm not. Looks like a couple of you are having some pretty interesting conversations. Cool. All right. Oh, USD CAD was the question? All right. First of all, down, 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 up. US dollar strong. Okay. Looks like risk off. Concern about the virus, that would do it. All right, cool. So what do we know? We know the target is 133.55. And we know that's going to be challenged at 132. So now it just comes down to what you stink. To the dude self-promoting his YouTube channel and begging for users to visit him. Goodbye. Yeah, so I don't know if that answers the question, but bears are going to sell here. We know it's been bullish because this is where bulls buy, right? This was the plan for the month of January, and that hasn't happened yet. So that really gives the focus to the bears now. The bears have this chance, and they're going to try that. Okay. Now, if you're still a bull, we'll go back to this. What you want to see is the down and the up. So either way, bulls want down, bears want down. Very difficult place to buy. Do you understand that part? If bulls want it to fall and bears want it to fall, why would you be buying? Seems pretty dangerous. So I'd mark this up and say, yeah, in there and in here are giant maybes. Capiche? So we'll call this bullish plan A. And we will call this bullish plan B. Look at that. I'm planning like a currency trader would. Yeah, boy. Cool, right? My 98's booming in my trunk with funk. All you punks can't stop my dunk. Yeah, that's how I speak to the market. That's how I speak to the market, man. That's how I speak to the market. Steele says, too late to be a bull. Well, no. No, well, it's not, well, yeah, it's late to be a bull now. Right, yeah. But it doesn't mean you can't. So, like, if you're a bull, we have some basic rules of engagement for being a trader. It's not too complicated. Okay, so you got a double bottom on the monthly M3. Can you be a bull? Yeah. How about a breakout? What do you do now? Trade the pullback, which it did. It's called a 1, 2, 3. Right? And then it's up here, consolidates for a while. Great. Then it goes up like it's supposed to. M2 up. Right? Then it comes back. Right? Now we're up here. So now it's like, if you're still a bull, what do you do next? Well, you're going to consolidate here and then break, or you're going to get a higher time frame move that looks more like this. So there'll be like a 3-wave correction in here if you're an Elliott wave. So it's not like too late to be a bull. You just can't be a bull at this price. That's because bulls buy low. Well, bulls with money buy low. Okay, so this is low and this is low depending on the time frame. Public enemy number 1. Yeah. Any reason for dollar strength today? The virus, guys. Come on. It's all about the virus. Okay. In that scenario, as I told you yesterday, USD will be strong, Swiss franc will be strong, And the yen will be strong. Yay, boy! You guys like Public Enemy, huh? Yeah, my kids probably can quote Public Enemy, not because they've ever heard a song, but because I can't stop singing Public Enemy songs throughout the day. Gold, we did. You like Vanilla Ice when I'm swinging. Oh my gosh. What, that one song or the other song? You know what? If you really want to get crazy, Hope, you put Kid Rock with Vanilla Ice. All right. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Express Yourself is a good one. Though. Yeah, I've seen Ice-T in concert when he was doing Cop Killer stuff. Yeah. Check out this for a concert that I've been to a few concerts in my life, and almost always I've been on the front row. It was Ice-T, then it was Public Enemy, then it was Metallica, and then it was Guns N' Roses. Yeah. Oh my lord, was that a great concert? Cool. So anyways, there's your kitty cat. Yeah, I've seen Guns N' Roses maybe 4 times. Maybe 4. Well, Grind, it was a long concert, right? It was a long concert. So like Ice-T and Public Enemy were just sort of like warm-up bands just to kind of keep the audience calm, so to speak. Yeah, I'm not a Rush fan, though, even though I'm Canadian. Anything else, guys? How can I help you? I need to jump in the car soon. I'm driving up to the distillery in a distillery in Tennessee. It was just awarded this week Whiskey of the Year. So I'm going to go up there and buy a bunch of bottles right from the distillery. Because I don't think you can buy them in stores, and by the time you can buy them in stores, I don't know what the prices are going to be, whatever. I don't think you'll ever be able to get them in a store. So I'm going to go straight to the distillery in Tennessee, load the boat. Yeah, Wayne is driving, taking the BMW. Very nice. Yeah, driving. Be very cool. USD Swiss franc. Okay, we can do all that. I did gold already. M traders. All right. So we know dollar's strong, but also Swissy is strong. So I'm not sure why you would trade these two together in a risk-off scenario. But I'll try to look at it from a higher time point of view. Who asked for it? Let me go back through the chat. Maybe I looked at it wrong. Oh, it was Joe. So Joe asks about USD Swiss franc, but Joe, as I explained yesterday, in a risk-off mode, okay, in a risk-off mode, I'm anticipating dollar, Swissy, and yen to be strong, which means I don't want to trade USD Swissy, USD yen, or Swissy yen. The reason for that is I'm not going to do as well on those trades as compared to doing something like maybe selling euro yen or selling euro dollar or selling euro Swissy. If I'm correct on my one idea, risk off, then all three of those are going to fall. This one will make money, this one will make money, this one will make money. Okay? This one will do something up or down, but not a lot. This will go up or down, but not a lot. This will go up or down, but not a lot. Okay? Because they're supposed to both be strong. Okay, Joe? Pound Kiwi. Okay. So now, again, you guys are doing cross pairs, so let's talk about that. And I'm going to say something bad about it, of course, and you're not going to like it. Let's do here. Okay. But maybe I can get the idea across. Pound, I don't even have it here. So let's change pound Noki to pound Kiwi. I don't even know where to look for a pound Kiwi. Noki, Kiwi, pound Kiwi. All right, gotcha. Want to be a cowboy, baby? I want to start an escort service for all the right reasons. Set up top a shop for the Four Seasons. Oh, I stumbled it. Oh, I stumbled it. Boo. All right. Anyways, set up shop atop the Four Seasons. There we go. A little better. All right. Pound Kiwi. Here's my problem with this. If I'm correct on the risk off idea, then generally speaking, let's say, so I'll leave this. Okay. If I'm right, then generally speaking, let's say, pound yen, pound dollar, pound Swissy will also generally fall because of safe haven flows, but also Kiwi yen, Kiwi dollar, and Kiwi Swissy will also fall because, okay, because of the general risk off flow to safe havens. Therefore, if that is true, and maybe I'm wrong, but if that's true, then cross pairs are going to be mediocre because it's now like, how much will pound fall in the risk off move versus how much will the Kiwi fall during the risk off move? One might fall more than the other, and then therefore this will either go up or it'll go down, or even worse, it'll do both. Okay, do you see what I mean? So, this is my thought process as a macro trader. Well, Joe, we don't want that. That's my point. Why would you trade anything if you weren't certain to make money? Okay? You guys are talking about the virus? Yeah, makes sense. Hang on. How many people died of the flu last year?
According to CDC estimates that from 2010-2011 to 2013-2014, influenza-associated deaths in the United States ranged from a low of 12,000 to a high of 56,000.
All right, so in the United States, only 56,000 people died of the flu. In the United States, only 56,000 people died of the flu. And what, 100 people died in China of this new flu? I mean, I don't know. It seems to be a little bit, I don't know. I guess the disease people need to do their jobs, of course, but come on. What up, Jaime? Jamie. JP says February risk back on. Yeah, and then by March, probably risk off. And then we got the May. May is usually all right. Then you got the June Fed meeting, and then we got summer. Yeah. Ed says younger traders should stay to G4 currencies. Well, my point, guys, is there's a time to do cross pairs. Well, no, let me make a slightly different point. Right? I'm a macro trader, so this is how I think. I think that should be the biggest point. Okay? If you're trading pound Kiwi, you're not a macro trader. You're a relative strength trader. Baby G says, Wayne, do you think the virus thing is over sensationalized? Well, I don't know if how dangerous the disease is, but my limited, tiny understanding, because I don't follow anything, so I don't know what people are talking about. But my understanding is it's not like Ebola where all your organs melt. Am I correct with that, guys? Or is this really truly an Ebola thing where your body liquefies while you're still alive? I don't think it's crazy like that, is it? So why is it such hype? Right, so anyways, either way, the global economy is affected if they lock things down. Yes, and that's why it's risk off. All right, Jim says it's not as bad as SARS. Joe Chang says it's 10 times more lethal than the flu. I heard one expert, who was probably an idiot, but he was saying how it could simply be the Chinese hospitals. Well, I'm like, well, you know what? I've been all over China, and the hospitals are probably nicer than American hospitals. But then I've been to all the nice places in China, so, you know, maybe rural hospitals are pretty bad, but I don't know. Wayne, what about Thai baht and stuff? I used to trade Thai baht, sure. Yeah. But you have to remember, you know, yield and stuff that made some of these exotic currencies more attractive are gone. So, anyways. Is that right, Anthony? Okay. Well, so I don't mean to trivialize it, but I'm not ready yet to sensationalize it, but I am in risk off mode and I'm making money. Okay? So this is what I'm trying to tell you, and I guess we'll wrap it up here. A lot of you guys seem like, based on the questions, you're just trading like it's every other day, day after day. Hey, Wayne, what about this? What about that? Like, pound Kiwi, like, really? USD Swiss franc, like, the reason I pick on these questions is because you may not get it. You understand that? Like, you're asking the wrong questions right off the bat. Pound Kiwi, really? Okay. Well, if we are facing a zombie apocalypse and, you know, countries are being shut down, borders are being shut down, airports are being shut down, people are freaking out, oh my God, we got it in Detroit now, and oh my God, it's hit London. Like, even if it's not as bad as they say, the fact that it's happening does impact people's desire to take on risk or bring money home, and it will impact negatively commerce and trade. So, for example, I was looking at an upcoming investment / Forex related conference in somewhere in China. I don't remember what city it was, but it's coming up like in a few weeks, right? Like in 3 weeks or something. And I'm like, yeah, I'll probably skip that this year. Why? Well, the virus thing. Like, yeah, I'd probably be fine. There's like a pretty low percentage, but yeah, I think I would skip it this year. And that's the issue. Yes, I did hope. So that's the issue, right? All of a sudden people are like, yeah, well, I just don't need it, right? And that's what happens. Economic activity slows down. So right now, like, you're worried about pound Kiwi, which is so maybe 3 weeks ago. Now we have a new thing. And I'm buying Swiss franc, I'm buying dollar, I'm buying Japanese yen. And I'm making money. Cool. Max says pound Kiwi less prone to market manipulation. Max. In fact, YouTube's blocking Max's comment, but like Max, I'm like less vulnerable to market manipulation. Yeah, I don't like the language of that. But anyways. It just looks like to me, if you're a bull, you buy it down here. But you, like many of these other currencies, it seems like the move is sort of toppy. Okay. It used to be like this, and now it's like that, and whatever. So if you're a bull, buy it low. If you're bear, sell a 1, 2, 3. Done. Okay. See, Ed said didn't go to Hong Kong because of the tear gas and traffic. See, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I was in a class 10 typhoon at the top of the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong. I had a great time. It's awesome. I love the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong. You can stay there all day. There's no riots at the Ritz-Carlton. All right? Daniel came to visit one day. He's like, hey, man, I want to take you shopping. Right? Hey, we can go to this area where you go and you can negotiate. And I'm like, oh, cool. I can buy my wife a fake $1,000 purse. And he's like, yeah, you can do that. I'm like, all right, let's go, Daniel. Let's go get some street food, negotiate. Walk up to the front desk, well, in the club level, right? Hey, we want to go shopping. They're like, you should take our Tesla. Daniel and I look at each other like, yeah, okay, we'll take your Tesla. Like, we'll send for the driver. We'll take you. Well, awesome then. Chip, let's go. So, yeah, I have no problem with Hong Kong. Tear gas in the street? Not at the Ritz-Carlton. Yeah, St. Regis is nice. They well, of course, they have the cigar bar, right? And the bar at the St. Regis. And it's classier. I don't know about the neighborhood, though. It's too... Well, I guess so. Like the Ritz-Carlton in Hong Kong, it's in a shopping mall, for crying out loud, and there's nothing else around it except a subway station, which is actually quite convenient if you want to get to the under Victoria Harbor, I suppose. But the St. Regis, you come out and it's very, 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 very touristy and shopping and touristy. I don't know, but Peter's in Hong Kong. Yeah, I like Hong Kong. Daniel says, like, is risk on and risk off analysis in the course? Well, sort of, like indirectly. Okay. But yeah, the St. Regis is, of course, nice. I think that's where you should get a haircut when you're in Hong Kong, but can't remember. Can you show how the price if the crosses are figured? Not sure what you're saying. Anything else, guys? Otherwise, I'm going to go get my whiskey of the year. Put it in the wine cellar. Any bourbon drinkers? I believe this is a... what do they call it? Where they actually do... It's a bourbon, but this might actually be a Tennessee whiskey. But I'll have to look at it. I'll bring the or the whiskeys magazine with me. But they actually batch this one for the year like they do wine. So they'll say this is a particular year and this is the one that won the best of the... How long is the drive? I don't actually know. Probably 3 hours. And right next to it is Lynchburg, Tennessee. Does anyone know what happens in Lynchburg, Tennessee? Yeah, a lot of my neighbors like the Four Roses. I'm sort of indifferent. Yeah, Javier's right. Jack Daniels. So I might swing by Jack Daniels too and get the tour. Just to say I've been there. I'm not really a Jack Daniels guy, but maybe they'll have like something rare I can buy. Something like that. Who does the judging of the whiskey? This is the owners of Wine Spectator magazine. They also own Cigar Aficionado and Whiskey Advocate, of which I get all three of those magazines. So it's Whiskey Advocate Whiskey of the Year. It just came out this month. So I'm going to go buy some. That's all. Jack and Ginger, yeah. You ever like a dark and stormy almost, right? But Crown Royal, I used to drink so much of it, I can't drink any more of it. But if you're doing a Manhattan, you're going to do a Crown is pretty good with that. So anyways, thank you for being in my life. I appreciate you, I really do. I like to see you guys getting better. I like to hear the success stories. I like to help you out through your struggling times because we all have them. You haven't invented any new ways to lose money. I certainly invented a few. So I think you got it better than I ever did, and that makes me feel good because I remember how angry and frustrated I was at the Forex market, and I think I found success just out of pure spite. But I'm an entrepreneur, so that's how I work. So anyway, so I love sharing my experience with you, and I love seeing you growing and I gotta bust out this stupid Harvard degree, and so we can do some other fun things. Okay, we're gonna do some really, 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 really fun things as soon as I have time. I was hoping this semester was going to be easy, like I can just blow through these two classes, and they've given me so much work on week one that clearly that ain't gonna happen. Just like it ain't gonna happen. Crazy, ridiculous amounts of work. So, gotta get my A. That's how life is, right? Stop in Rock City. I don't know which way I'm gonna go. If I'm gonna go past Rock City through Chattanooga, or if I'm gonna go up through Huntsville on the Alabama side. Haven't made that decision yet. Just one last thing. If I was to do a live event, where should I do it? Where would you show up? I'm interested in, like I said before, I'm thinking Cape Town, Istanbul, Puebla. By the way, I found the hotel in Puebla. Oh my God. This is where we're going to do it. Puebla. Amsterdam, Kuala Lumpur, both those sound good. You like Puebla? I just like really quickly did a search. There's this hotel in the courtyard. They have it glassed in, so rain or shine. I imagine it's hot during the summer, maybe rainy in the winter, but you always have ideal conditions because it's basically indoors. It's near the historic part of town. And I Googled it, and it was so cheap to stay at this beautiful hotel. Um, I mean, cool, beautiful, right? Old Mexico kind of beautiful. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I'm telling you, it was like $89 a night or something. You're like, $89? It's not even a steak. But anyway, so I can't. I have it on my phone somewhere. So I'll call them up. I'm like, yeah, we'll take your whole hotel. New York, I want to do one at the Harvard Club of New York. So Justin, if you're interested in that, we could just. I just want to do anything at the Harvard Club in New York. So if we can get 25 people together in New York City, boom, let's just do something. Luis says Puebla or South Africa or both, right? Okay, cool. That's cool. So we got two in Puebla. Singapore, I love. I got to go back to raffles. So yeah, Singapore I'll do again. Dubai, I've gone bajillions of times, but I'd do Dubai again. Depends. Like I like the marina, right? So I'd stay at the Ritz-Carlton at the marina because they have my cigar bar across the street. So I can smoke my cigar and then run back to the Ritz-Carlton and get some booze. So in Dubai, you got to plan your strategy. If you consume alcohol, you got to plan it. So you got to like have a couple of drinks at the bar at the Ritz-Carlton, run across the street, get your cigar, smoke your cigar, have some coffee, and then run back over the Ritz-Carlton, a couple more drinks. You got it. So I got Dubai down. So we got several people for Puebla. That is awesome. Jimmy's into New York. That sounds really cool. Justin just did a whole week retreat in Cozumel. No way. Cisco, you'd go anywhere. That's cool, man. The Cisco Kid. Right on. Joe's in LA, but travel somewhere. That's cool. Focus is in Denmark. Cool. Stockholm, Amsterdam. Okay. You don't want to do Copenhagen, huh? I do Copenhagen in the summer. What else? Monte Carlo. Yeah, but the problem is expense. I can't have it so, you guys are dropping 10 grand on your hotel, right? I want to keep it affordable for some people. Cisco's from the Bronx. Cool. Well, maybe we'll do the Harvard Club. Like, we can just jump on a plane and go, right? I'm a member there, so. What else? Miami. I'd like to do Miami, sure. There's a lot going on in Miami already, though, so. But maybe we can double dip. I'll go to a conference and do a conference. Daniel will go anywhere as soon as the money starts flowing. That's cool. Ariel's like, hey, my mother-in-law was the first person in the U.S. with SARS. Wow. Brought it to Houston after a trip to Hong Kong in the 90s. Wow. Yeah. Don't believe the hype, Ariel says, huh? Cool. Greatness is already in South Africa. Yeah, so I did Joburg was great. I'm thinking Cape Town. Anthony would do a Miami trip. Media, Miami as well. Interesting. All right, cool. Thank you. Let me consider all these things. So I am going on the road too, guys. So tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, I will be doing my webinars from a hotel. It's always difficult. I will only have 3 screens. How do I do it? I don't know. But I guess I'm that tough. I'm that tough and I'm that strong that I'm going to trade with only 3 screens. Yeah! So anyways, that's cool. I don't know. But, the Fed's not going to do anything, so it doesn't matter. Probably not. I mean, so. How do you catch this webinar? You subscribe to the channel and be here tomorrow. I might just surprise you tomorrow and the rest of the week. I might just start doing webinars at 7 or 7:30, depending, depending on what works best. I don't know what's going to work best. So it's going to be 8, but it might actually end up being 7:30. Okay. So we'll work it out. You're flexible, right? I'll do my best and you be flexible and we'll get something done. It's all right. Cool. So, hey, peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May our profits be above average. I like you. You're good people.